MTG and take the ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe. Time to chill and unwind. Tune in for Chillstreams, where relaxation you'll find. Come hang out, let's battle for Lord of the Board. Hatcher's got the insights, he's got us all aboard. In the world of magic, the gathering, he's a master and a guide. So let's talk MTG and take the ride. subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe.
Always doing it sunny side up. It's the hen. Fuck. What's up, my friends? How are you doing? I see some conversation already about Gandalf pipes, so I don't know what's going on, what you guys have been up to. But I'm gonna grab the live stream link and share that in the Discord and make sure the stream is running properly, and then we will do our hellos. All right. All right. Okay, so that's good. And the live stream is working fine, so that's good too. Excellent. All right, then. All right, so let's see what we got going on over here. What up, Eng, Goddard, Baba, Jess, Hurst, Dunn, Larry, Randomness, Shelton, Potts, 10-4, Lasagna, Zircon, Joe, Yamagoro, Shiba. Hello. I hope you guys have been having a good day. We're getting closer to the weekend, so that's always good. Goddard, the clicky keyboard, so satisfying. You like that? Some people like it. Some people hate it. People have left comments. Well, I mean, people complain about everything, right? But people have definitely left comments complaining about the keyboard. But, you know, that's my keyboard. It's what it sounds like. And it's not like it's a big deal. Although to some of these people, it is absolutely a big deal. But, you know, everybody's different. Sometimes somebody's just having a day. All right. There we go. Write that down. Lasagna, the P. Diddy court case is going wild. He's going to go to jail. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense for him to go to jail when it's like some made up level shit, basically. The stuff that he's done, you'd hear people talk about it and go, okay, you just made that up. You just made that up. It's like, no, man, he had like tons and tons of bottles of baby oil that were like drugged, and you would forget what happened, and and all kinds of wild shit would happen while you were basically like rubbing roofies onto your body, man. Like, that's insane. I barely know anything about the case. I just know the most vague things about it. But the little bit that I know is just bonkers. It sounds made up. It sounds like something you would make up for an over-the-top movie. You know? That's crazy. That's crazy. Chosen. It's a full on Chuchin day, bro. The Chuchin has been full on. Goddard. Oh yeah, if you switch over from the slim thin keyboards into the bigger click clack ones, that is quite the difference, man. I do like the fact that this one, if you spill liquid on it, the keys are raised up so you can just still use the keyboard and it doesn't get ruined. It's designed to handle some spilling, which is great by me because, I mean, I don't care about the aesthetics of a slender keyboard. I care more about functionality. And this one lights up too, which is fun. It's fun. Larry, can't wait to see how long Johnny Somali gets in prison. That stuff is crazy. It blows my mind what people will do. They'll just go, I'm going to go to other countries and mess about and get in legal trouble. Like it takes that whole vibe of the people who used to run into like 7-Elevens and other convenience stores and record themselves jumping on the stands of items, you know, where they just leap on a, like, they just run in and record themselves leaping backwards on a big display of something. And we're going to go and fill up the Slurpees or something and throw them on the floor, like, or just throw them in the parking lot. Just random dumbass nonsense where it's like, it costs a store some time and money. It's some very petty level shit. And it's like, it's an extrapolation of that where you go like, this is the more benign but annoying version of it, where it's like, okay, knock it off, kids, versus somebody who goes to another country and just violates their laws and gets in a bunch of trouble for it, knowing that you're not supposed to do that stuff, and then being like, yo, I'm an edgelord, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Ha, right? And then they're like, wait, the legal system here doesn't work like where I'm from? It's like, no, you're fucked now. That's wild. That's wild. Clark, what's up? Who's Johnny Somali? Just some dude who went to other countries and fucked about, and now he's paying for it. Baba Baba Super Chat says, definitely wanted to get a baby oil lube wrestling tub thing going back at high school days. Never happened, but it was a dream after seeing Old School. Yeah, bro, how, like, you have to ask yourself, for real, how many women actually want to wrestle each other in oil? Like, it may be conceptually, this is a fun idea, but like the idea versus the execution, and then you end up with this is impractical to say the least. Right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. What up, heavy metal? Finn wrestle in oil for a $2,000 prize. I mean, if you offer them $2,000, bro, then their likelihood of them wanting to do it might go up. But I'm just saying, it's not something they're particularly interested in. Lasagna says, Johnny Samal's literally a nobody, just an obnoxious dude. That's not a bad way to put it. Like, it's a name that you only know because it gets randomly mentioned by somebody. Like, I couldn't tell you. I've never watched anything done by the kid. I just know that he's an edge boy who there's multiple individuals who have gone to other countries, and they'll just go to Japan or whatever, and they'll walk into a construction site and just start wandering around where they're not supposed to be, and just trespassing and violating societal norms and other things with a totally North American attitude of, I don't give a shit, I can do whatever I want. But they have different laws in those places, and some countries just end up kicking them out or fining them or whatever. And then in some countries, they go way more ham with the law, and you find out. But the guys doing this it's never anybody who's done anything. They're not somebody who's like, oh, this is a person who made that movie, or what. It's just like, okay, this is just some random prank jackass who, look at me, I can dry hump a statue in a special memorial or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those, you're probably not even old enough to realize the level of severity of what you're dealing with, bro. And then you can end up with a legal system where you're going to go to prison. Habanero, yeah, this conversation did start because of Johnny. I don't know about the deep fake stuff, bro. Like, honestly, I know virtually nothing about it. Just enough to know that what Lasagna said is right, that he's literally a nobody and just an obnoxious guy. Correct. What up, Kensuke? Imagine going to prison for a long time because you're an obnoxious edgelord dickhead, you know? Baba, you'll do it for 2K? No, man. You're not invited into the fucking women's oil wrestling thing to trade. Like, it was your idea to have the oil wrestling. You gotta fucking put up the money, the 2K. You can't just be like, I'll do the wrestling if someone pays me 2K. Nobody wants to pay money for you to fucking oil wrestle, buddy. Was that your dream? Was that your dream? When you thought about, in high school, I want to get oil wrestling going on. And I hope some random fucking beardo is doing the wrestling instead of some lady. Come on, man. Come on. It's the ladies oil wrestling league. You are not part of it. Come on. Come on. Joe, what, in oatmeal? What do you... Ew. That's weird. Yeah, McGraw, that's it. If you mess around in a country where the repercussions aren't that harsh and you're just like, okay, I said I was sorry or whatever else and we're good, then, you know, you don't really learn, hey, I shouldn't do that. It's wild, though. The whole concept of just traveling around the world, it being an international dickhead, essentially. Heavy metal, no, you and Baba aren't, that's it. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be a sign that says hot oil wrestling. And you and Baba are both going to show up thinking that you're going to get to oil wrestle with chicks. And it's just going to be you two. And you're going to oil wrestle each other. And then you're going to get it out of your system. Teferi, you're my boy, Blue. Oh, that's right. What was that movie? What was that movie called? They had like a frat house in it, right? I remember that. Old School, that's it. That's it. I remember that. Will Ferrell's all jogging out down the road in the middle of the night. Just some YouTubers faced in 5 to 10 years in prison for giving an uncontacted tribe Coca-Cola. Oh my god. People, it's fucking wild. It's the internet era now that we're in, where everybody just records themselves doing everything and needs to come up with crazy footage and content. So it's just like, I went out to this random place I'm not supposed to go, where these people live in a particular life, and I just gave them soda pop. And it's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? It's kind of crazy to think that there are people living that tribal life still. Like, what a massive difference it is. You're just living in trees and shit, you know? Hoping you can catch a pig to eat, something like that. And then we're just on the internet watching Instagram TikToks of fucking anime girls with fucking filters that make their human eyes look bigger and weirder, and they just do strange little arm movement dances, right? Or whatever it is you're looking at. It was Diet Coke? Oh, that is worse. That is worse. Finn, the tribe in the Pacific Ocean that was contacted during World War II, now they role play the Allies, hoping they can get more gifts from them. I mean, if somebody comes and hooks you up, are you not going to be like, oh, I hope they hook me up again? Lasagna, those isolated tribes are the lucky ones. Are you out of your mind? Like, I get it from one perspective. Oh, man, living with nature and whatever. And it's like all the unconcerned with all the hubbub of the modern world. Like, bro, I'd happily shit in the bush and wonder every day if I'm gonna have enough to eat. Like, I'd love that. I'd love to watch people I know die of easily curable things and just watch their terrible progression. And I'd love to have no dental care aside from somebody hitting me in the head with a rock. Like, it'd be so awesome, bro. Like, imagine that. No internet and shitting in the woods. Oh, yes, sign me up. Sign me up. It's like, how much do you lose, bro? You lose like 99% of everything you have in your life, and then you just hang out in the fucking woods till you die. Like, okay, that's what we're doing, I guess. Jedi, what's up, buddy? What's up? Finn, I'm the luckiest one here. I mean, oh, wait, do I not? Oh, I think I know what's going on. My watch just went off. But my phone's not in here. Oh my god, what kind of travesty is this? Well, I'm gonna have to find that. Give me like a couple hours, all right? I'm sure I can find it within a couple of hours. That's why you give a big time frame. Like, if you say a couple of hours and then you come back as fast as I did, then you look like a superstar. Yeah! All right. All right, Finn, I get it. Here's what you said. I get bacon money because I'm funny and I get to enjoy my job in ACDC. All right, 1 pack of bacon or barks. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, good sir. Let me put you up on the board here. Jedi, I went and checked at the post office, buddy, and there was nothing. There was nothing. I mean, I said there probably wouldn't be, but I wanted to check today, so I did. I made the journey, and it was for nothing. Clark, you're gonna work at a testing lab. You're gonna touch the ganja for pay. Sounds pretty good. Pretty good. That is pretty good. All right, so Finn, you are officially up on the board. I don't know why I wrote your name so small, but I did. I'm a random name generator. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I guess a random name size generator because the name is fixed by whoever's currently lord of the board, right? So, what are you gonna do? Oh. I don't know if you guys have seen Record of Ragnarok, but that's what I've been watching with Carly. Gianna opening with Who's Hungry? I mean, who's not? Who's not? Shiba, you're trying to make sure you can get one of the Chocobo full arts from Final Fantasy, like the one of the traveling variants or whatever. Clark, yeah. Oh, I mean, that's the best part then, I guess, obviously. If you're going to make good money with that job, that's the good times. Heavy metal, there's a board. You can't pretend like you don't know. You can't pretend like you don't know. You've been on there before. I do recall. I do recall. So yeah, Jedi, I'm thinking like probably next week. Baba, you want the full art? You want the full art Chocobo as well? There's a bunch of dope looking cards from this, man. All the stuff from Final Fantasy VI, especially, I'm just hyped on. I ran into somebody today that I hadn't seen in years, and he asked me, "Have you seen the Final Fantasy stuff?" And we talked about it for a bit, you know? So I think he was interested in some of the stuff that's coming out. So overall, you know, there is a fair bit of hype that's been generated. There's no disputing that. There's no disputing that. And there's a bunch of stuff that I like the look of. I still haven't 100% come to terms with Universe Beyond and what it's doing to Magic, how it feels weird, but when you put that aside, there's definitely stuff that I'm hyped on. Baba, you want Kafka? Yeah, Crawfish, Kafka's Tower. Yup. Jess, you know what, man? I literally have zero interesting stories about getting back at ex-girlfriends or whatever. It's like there's nothing interesting to mine there story-wise because I've never done anything to my exes. It's just like it always sucks when it's over. But I've literally never done anything punitive. I'm going to get you or whatever. It's just kind of like, oh, well, that sucks. We had something good going on and now we don't. And regardless of who is the one ending it in each situation, it just ends up feeling awful. The whole thing just feels awful. And yeah. So literally, that's one area where I got nothing to mine for interesting stories. It's just, we broke up and then that was it. And I didn't do anything to her. And she didn't do anything to me. Don't really get into those like back and forth tit for tat kind of things. It feels like almost more TV and movie-esque to me. Yamagoro, why did Sephiroth figure destroying the moon would accomplish his goals? Because Emrakul's in the moon, bro. Gotta destroy Emrakul. Lasagna, Final Fantasy has more to offer than just Tifa's jugs, bro. Drunko, Discord, didn't YouTube or Discord alert you to the video? What? What are you talking about? I put it in the Discord and I'm on the YouTube. Well, actually, YouTube doesn't really send notifications, but I know Discord does because I did it. I did that one myself. That makes it easier. It makes it easier to know which one was definitely done when you did it yourself. Neither app alerted you. Well, I believe it. I believe it. I know YouTube has particular settings. I don't know if Discord does, but YouTube does, where you have to say turn on notifications, turn on all notifications, and then also choose the window of time within which still to get those notifications, because there'll be a whole window of time where they just won't send you notifications even when you have all notifications turned on. There's a baffling array of tweaks you have to make to apparently get told all the time when it's happening. It's a very weird way of doing things, but YouTube's not like Twitch. Twitch will just say when you're going live, this guy's going live, because that's it with Twitch. But YouTube is videos and shorts and live streams, and they want to regulate their notifications in particular ways. All of it. All of it. Yamagar, you got alerts from both today. Well, there you go, bragging on Drunkle. Lasagna, you're calling a conspiracy to silence me? Oh, shit! Fuck! Ness, the Imperial capital should be a legendary land. Yeah, all those towns should be legendary because they all just show one particular place, right? Here's one location. You know? It's not like there's multiples of them. It's like there's only one of this one particular city, like Xanarkand. There's only one. It's not like there's 8 Xanarkands, right? So those should be legendary, but clearly Wizards don't care about that at all. Heavy Metal, you tried to mute just some things on Discord, but then ended up muting it all. I've been there. There's always something going on with settings and things in Discord where, okay, I set the roles, I set this, and it's like, no, you didn't. You did this. You didn't set roles, you set permissions, you did this other thing, and it's like, oh my god, okay, what next? I thought I had set this. Oh, this is actually for this over here. Okay. Heavy Metal notifications remind you of work and tend to cause you anxiety. I suppose, right? It's like an inbox kind of thing. Fisher, what's up? They spelled Luca as Luca. What, did they mess up on some magic card? Well, me and Carly have been watching something called Record of Ragnarok, which is a gods fight against humans, the best that humanity has to offer. So you end up with like Thor fighting against Lubu. Who else? What else do you get? Adam, like the first man from Christian mythology or whatever. Adam versus Zeus. And then there was some other one that I don't remember specifically. And then the new one is Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is facing off against... Who is Jack the Ripper facing off against? Oh yeah, Hercules. Jack the Ripper versus Hercules. It's goofy. And there's flashbacks for like every character. It's weirdly paced as well, to the point where most shows I just watch at normal speed, but some shows you speed up. This one we speed up to 1 1/4 speed, and it flows perfectly normal. What up, Jugglim? How you doing, buddy? Thompson, what's going on, my man? Chim, second season of Ragnarok has way too few fights. Yeah, I'm not surprised, honestly. The way that they do things is so goofy in terms of Like Thor is gonna face off. Thor is gonna face off against. Oh my god! I already said who he's facing off against, and it's just leaving my brain. Thor is facing off against Lubu, and he's like gonna swing back his hammer, and he swings back his hammer so slow, and then like while he's got his hammer just held back, we get the entire backstory for Thor, like the entire backstory for the character, and then it cuts back to him getting ready to bring his hammer down, and then he starts to bring it down, and then it flashes over, and then we see the entire Lubu's backstory. Like, it's just, there's so much backstory for characters and so little progression in fighting for most of the show. So if you just describe it as humans versus like gods facing off, you'd think there's so much action, battling, and then you actually watch it and it's just, what the hell? So I'm not recommending it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that we're watching it. Millmaster says Jack the Gripper. Guys, listen. Millmaster. and assemblage. Is Jack the Ripper really that impressive? Like, in the show, they're acting like Jack the Ripper is this big, dangerous guy, and he's gonna get you, and he's humanity's worst villain. And you're like, he killed 5 hookers, right? Like, that's it. That's what the story says too, in the show. And I'm like, you're not gonna spruce it up like in the Adam from the Adam and Eve story had way more craziness going on, way more craziness in his story. And then the Jack the Ripper story is just like, he killed 5 hookers. Well, what? How does that make him worthy of fighting a god? Like, you're only having 7 fights. 7 humans out of all 7 humans that existed. Jack the Ripper? Jack the Ripper? Is he worth it? For real, though? For real? What up, Andrew? Donnie got them pretty good, though. Bro, okay, ask yourself this question, Done, okay? If you're going to defend this shit, you got to understand. Here's the deal. All of mankind is going to get wiped out of existence. That's the stakes. That means your life's going to end. So, your actual life on the line, you have to choose the lineup of people who are going to go and fight against gods. Literal gods. Like Zeus and Odin and shit with god powers, all of them. You have to choose the humans who are going to go and fight gods. And if you choose wrong, your life and the life of everyone you know and love, all humanity, that all gets snuffed out. That's what's on the line here. Those are the stakes. And under those stakes, where your fucking very existence, your life is on the line, you're going to say, yeah, Jack the Ripper, a guy who killed 5 ladies, he's my man to take down a god like Poseidon or something like that. Really? Really? Because he preyed on the vulnerable in society and he got 5 of them? That's gonna, like, there's only so many people that you can send in, and he's not making the top cut. He's not making the top cut. Melmaster says it's only his anonymity that makes him hype. He killed women in the dirty, foggy London slums. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not an impressive feat. You could do it yourself with a hammer on like a weekend. You know what I mean? If you really put your heart into it. So is it really that impressive what he did? Joe, am I saying a serial killer can't do as good as a god or a demigod? What? You're reading a lot into what I'm saying. I'm saying specifically that some dude who's famous for knifing 5 hookers is not at the top of the list for fighting gods. Like, at all. At all. Like, just some random guy going to the gym would. I'll choose Josh, the guy who goes down to the fucking gym. He fucking lifts weight and he's pretty fucking strong, you know, and he doesn't just kill hookers in the back alleys. Like, how does that make you good at all for combat with gods? It's so goofy. Habanero, Jack the Ripper's gonna have to compete with Bob the Whammer. That's it. He's working his hammer. He's working his hammer, son. Tim, gotta look at it like summoning the legends of humans. Well, look, there's way better ones than Jack the Ripper. It's 5 ladies. He stabbed 5 ladies. Like, that's it. That's it. In this corner, we've got the God of Thunder, known for obliterating entire villages in a single lightning blast. He's indestructible. And over here we got, this guy killed 5 disease-ridden hookers when nobody was looking. Probably it was the same guy, and nobody knows who he is, but here he is. Okay. Alright. Who's gonna win? Like, come on now. Come on now. Them hookers. They're not. It's not like they were martial combat masters and by defeating all 5 he fucking ascended. I have ascended beyond all mortal bounds because I have beheaded the 5 fucking elemental masters. It's like the Highlander, kind of, right? So now I got those powers. It's not anything like that. It's literally just like, he just knifed some everyday hookers, bro. Jim, he's had more stories in movies than any other murderer, probably. Has he? How many fucking stories about Jack the Ripper are there? Jedi, who the hell's William Marshall? Anime has a hard on for Jack the Ripper for some reason. I mean, I like the random people they're picking for this in terms of you never know who it's going to be from where, but some of them I don't know who the hell they are. But Jack the Ripper, a bunch of people are like, boo, why are you picking a serial killer? And I'm like, their boos are valid, not specifically because he's a serial killer, because if he's really good, then, oh, okay, like, this guy's really good at murdering. Like, let's get him in there. But it's like, fucking murdering hookers is like, it's like the kiddie Olympics of murder. You know what I mean? Like, how hard is it to, be real with yourself. How hard is it to murder a drugged up hooker? Like, how hard is that? If you ask yourself, deep down in your heart of hearts, really, how hard is that? Like, how much of an accomplishment is that? Harder than kids, yeah, but still. That's why I said the kiddie Olympics, you know? They're cut above. They're cut above. Habanero, yeah, no, I didn't get the memo about how you get magic powers after you murder 5 hookers. I was not aware that's that's the path to ascension. So yeah, the Ragnarok anime is just ridiculous. The fights are absurd. They've got some moments in them that are worth watching. It's not like they're terrible or anything, but they're just not. It's nothing I can recommend. That's really what it comes down to. Because the overall moments in it that feel worthwhile, but we're watching it for some reason. You ever been doing that? You ever been watching a show for some reason? I suppose it's just inertia that keeps carrying you on. It's like, how much do you really care? How much do you really care? Oh yeah, and then by the way, what's his name? Jack the Ripper turns out to be fucking Bugs Bunny. He turns out to be Bugs Bunny from fucking Looney Tunes in this one. All the other guys just fight like normal when they meet up. But Jack the Ripper looks at the guy and starts talking. He looks at Hercules and starts talking to him. And then he just runs the fuck away. And Hercules chases him. And when he finds him, Jack the Ripper's sitting at a fucking cafe because they've remodeled the fighting grounds into 1800 London specifically for Jack the Ripper for his request for the fight. So Jack the Ripper's sitting at a cafe saying they have tea time. It's like one step away from the one lump or two. Like he's literally sitting at a cafe table like he's fucking Bugs Bunny. Like he didn't just run away from Elmer Fudd. And it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Joe, Jack the Ripper and Scooby Doo. I mean, now it just sounds like you're talking about Duskmorn. Habanero, you vaguely remember the anime. Did they make Jack the Ripper a redhead? Is he a redhead? Maybe? No. He's an old man. He's an old man. Jedi, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, that's a good one. That's well put together. I like that. Billmaster, Foreman in his prime versus Jack the Ripper. You can pick so many random examples. Like almost anybody from the Olympics. wouldn't almost anybody from the Olympics be better than Jack the Ripper in fighting against the gods? Drunko, you're watching a show named Grimm that apparently had 7 seasons. Formulaic and predictable, but much better than modern entertainment slop. What's it about? The dude from Jim Cotta versus Jack. Fucking Jim Cotta. Oh my god. Fucking Jim Cotta. It's about a descendant of the Brothers Grimm who's a cop by day and slayer of fairy tale bad guys by night. Oh, what? Andrew, what if it's the version of Jack the Ripper the Vorlons picked up from Earth in Babylon 5? Who the fuck are the Vorlons? I barely remember anything about Babylon 5. They were supposed to summon Jack Tripper from Three's Company, but there was a mix-up. Go and knock on my door. I'll kill hookers with you. Mr. Furley versus Jack the Ripper. Mr. Furley is Jack the Ripper. Monsters are real but can disguise themselves as humans. And he's a Grimm, a hunter of monsters. Okay. Okay. Oh, killing hookers ain't nice, guys. Okay? I've got to take a firm stance with you guys here tonight. We've got to be very clear about it. We're not about hurting hookers here, guys. That doesn't make you cool. I know we talked about how if you do it, you'll get chosen to fight against the gods. But I think that's a wrong message to send to you guys. So I don't want you out there doing any copycat Jack the Ripper. All right? Don't be doing it. Don't be doing it. Andrew, that's right. Be nice to them. Be nice to them. They've had a hard day. All right? Millmaster, we don't know at all who Jack the Ripper was. But in my heart, it's Edward Scissorhands. Like, that's his name, and he looks like that and has those scissor hands. And he killed them just trying to embrace them for love. He just wanted to be loved. And he killed 5 hookers. That's what I wanted to say on my tombstone. He just wanted to be loved. He just wanted to be loved. And he killed 5 hookers. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. All right? Double thumbs up for that one. All right. All right. I gotta add some more root beer to my cup. So, yeah, anyways, don't hurt any hookers during the intermission. Don't do it. Don't be a dink! Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a... Alright, what's up? I'm back. I'm back, my friends. I filled my drink cup, and I have sang about noodle cups, and I have returned. Oh, man. Lilo and Stitch I don't know. Like, I think I know what they look like. It's the weird little blue rat one and the little Hawaiian girl or something like that. I think. Because I don't know all the Disney stuff, but I'm pretty sure. Never seen the actual show or movie. Lasagna used my link last week. Excellent. Excellent. Good work, buddy. Zircon, I belatedly see your Jace reference. Your references to Jace are not appreciated. So yeah, Jack the Ripper just feels like a letdown. He feels like a letdown as a choice overall. Pretty random. I think Nikola Tesla. I think Tesla's gonna be another one too. So hopefully that'll be more fun. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna make it past the second season they've already put out. So, and I'm honestly not that involved in it. It's one of those. If I stopped watching it, probably wouldn't watch any more of it. But we've just kind of been flowing through it. Lasagna pizza would be a better choice versus Hercules because of how slippery he is. Get them all greased up, man. Get them all greased up. Who's ready to get oiled up and throw down with the god, bro? Bo Falcon, what's up? Sorry you're late. You had this thing you had to take care of with some ladies in the night. Oh, Bo the Ripper. It's him. It's him. Arrest him, officers. Beat him with the billy club. Throw him in prison. It's not cool. It's not cool to murder prostitutes, Bo. I thought that you had learned this lesson long ago. You should already know this. Millmaster, what? What movie are you talking about? Drungle, I mean, the whole facing off against each other, gods versus heroes or whatever, there's been lots of different fight shows where it's like, let's take warriors from different times, all these different sort of chronological period face-offs, empowered being face-offs and stuff, so I am unsurprised to hear that there were other god shows of this nature. 6 superheroes versus Jack the Ripper. And it's fair. How could it be? If you have superheroes, you have superpowers. Jack the Ripper just killed some hookers. Like, that's it. He just did it. He didn't get caught. Wow, he didn't get caught back in a time when people didn't care that much and they just lived in some crappy little alleys or something. And, oh no, how hard was it? Where Tesla helps him make duplicates of himself. Wait, what are you talking about? That is the movie that I hate. I didn't hate that movie. I didn't hate that movie. Chim Wizards is fucking people over, sending festivals in a box bonus pencils out by themselves for $10 plus shipping. Do you mean they're not sending the rest of the festival in a box? Or just sending it as a separate thing that you have to pay additional shipping for? Habanero changing it from Bill the Whammer to Bo the Whammer. He's going to get them hookers with his hammer. Drunko back when forensics was literally ear prints. Yeah, back when They didn't have the same technology to catch people. Heavy metal Sisu is like John Wick in World War II. All right. If you didn't say to wait until everything's available, they sent the bonus pencil early and charged shipping. That's great. That's great. It is the ultimate pencil. So why not some ultimate douchebaggery? Joe, yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't have the sort of DNA tracing that they do in the current era. Larry, could you use treasure tokens as a substitute for basic lands? Well, if you want people to just draw like a treasure token or generate a treasure token, I mean, you don't need it as a stack of lands, right? You don't need like 100 of them, do you? If you're just going to give one to each person a turn or something? I mean, you can try it. But treasures as a one-time use makes it obviously way more limited. So yeah, man, I just like Jack the Ripper is a very underwhelming pick to me. You just go, okay. I've never been like, excited by him. I've never found him to be captivating, mystifying, anything, you know? Fisher, you got to get a copy of Dio-chan. Do it up. It's always nice to have cards that you actively want. How boring would it be if you're just like, you know what, I don't want any of this anymore. There's no cards that I'd like to have, no upgrades, any of it. I don't know. I've always enjoyed collecting things. So the idea of not caring anymore is curious to me. You know? If you're just all of a sudden, who cares? I don't want the cards instead of, oh, there's always get this one. Well, now there's something else that I want. There's no end. There's no end to the cardboard desire. Underneath it all, there's just a underlying thread of desire that keeps going endlessly. Collecting is fun. Nagel, you made your first commander deck the other day, not based off of Precon. Nice. Drunkle, you want the Final Fantasy Rogue Lord van? That just sounds like... It sounds like an actual van. You know? It's a van with like unicorns painted on the side. Still think about that Jack the Ripper stuff and DNA evidence and making me think about that movie from the future, the Minority Report or whatever, where you just get preemptively arrested because the future readers said that you would do it, so that counts as if you would, and now you're under arrest. Millmaster, who's Alan Quartermain? No, Jack the Ripper was Bigfoot. That's why nobody was able to figure out who Jack the Ripper was, bro. Bigfoot is impossible to track, impossible to actually know as a person or an entity. So he went to England and killed 5 hookers just to prove to God that he could, you know? That's the truth they're trying to keep from you, bro. But I think you're finally ready to know it. I think you're finally ready for the reality to be open to you. Drungo, there's dudes whose entire careers are Jack the Ripper expertise. They're like 99% sure the DNA has proven who he is. Well, I'm saying it's Bigfoot. Alan Quartermain, a serial murderer from the 90s in Canada. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Nago, yeah, exactly. 5 hookers, and then you're like one of the big names? Wasn't there a theory that Jack the Ripper was a lady? Yep, but it was Bigfoot. Jack the Ripper is Bigfoot, and Bigfoot is, as we all know, very much a dude. Bigfoot is not a lady, so that's scientific proof for you right there. Oh, Lasagna, you're just making stuff up based on what Millmaster said. All right, then. Well, this is the internet, so I'm not even surprised by this. Now, Millmaster's got the real answer. He's a comic book character. Okay. Habanero, what if it was Bigfoot's sister or wife? Bigfoot is a singularity. Bigfoot is his own sister and his own wife. And they're all dudes. So that's just the reality. Don't tell Jess. That's right. That's right, Nagel. Jack the Ripper is Bigfoot. Correct. He's the Jack Squatch. That's right, Heavy Metal. He's the Jack Squatch. Drunko Bigfoot being 8 feet tall and arms like clubs still stabs you to death with a penknife. He might have big hands, but he knows how to use them in the night. Well, that just makes him sound like a erotic masseuse. It's not just his feet that are big. It's also his heart. Millmaster Squatch are sentient fungi. Oh, is that where the mushrooms come from in the grocery store? What up, Luke? Lasagna, if Jess was Bigfoot, would he really be in the chat asking about Bigfoot? Is he that? Is Bigfoot that self-absorbed? Maybe. Alan Quartermain was like the original Indiana Jones. What, from like old serials? Bill Master, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a Bigfoot doctor. You'll have to you'll have to ask him. Yeah, exactly. Habanero's making a very good point. If Bigfoot uses a knife to kill the hookers, then people will just think it's a human that did it, and they won't think, oh shit, it's a Bigfoot that did this. Right? Like if you see a deer carcass and it's just ravaged by claws and teeth and stuff, fangs, you're going to be like, maybe Bigfoot did this. But if you just see some deer on a plate with a knife and a fork. It's like, oh, someone's just having some venison. Okay, definitely a person, right? That's how it works. Luke Alal Quartermain was back in the late 1800s. Is that the halal version of Alan Quartermain? The late 1800s. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the precursor to Indiana Jones. The Indiana Jones movies are alright, though. I mean, not the Crystal Skull one. The Crystal Skull one, that sucked, right? That one sucked. But the other ones that I saw, not too shabby. I never saw the new one. I never saw the new one because it just seemed like from the commercials they were doing this girl's the new Indiana Jones. And I'm just like, I don't like this. It's something that only happened for like a couple of years, but in that time frame, a bunch of things came along and were like, we're replacing the main thing of this with this random lady. And it's just like, no, thank you. No, transfer your love to this character. No, thank you. So that movie seemed like the same thing. And I was just like, I'm good. I'm good. DJ Longhair Super Chat says, hi all. What up, DJ Longhair? How you doing, buddy? How is life treating you in your squirrely existence? Retire, you think the original Indiana Jones is a masterpiece in movie making? Every aspect of it? It's not too shabby. It's not too bad. Definitely a fun action movie. Jim, Indiana Jones should have been handed off to Shia LaBeouf since it was established it was just a nickname. Shia LaBeouf. Nah. I feel like Indiana Jones is a character that you do different iterations of, the same way they did with James Bond. You know, there's a bunch of different dudes who played James Bond, and they rotated through them, just kind of here and there. They'd just be like, this is who is James Bond. That kind of thing. That works. Millmaster Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars was nightmarish. Just so terrible. Fisher Quartermain is a character from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He's a big game hunter and monster hunter. Wait. Is that the guy Sean Connery plays who can't die because Mother Africa won't let him die? Long hair stashing nuts for the MagicCon trip. Nice. Luke, Darth Jar Jar was a great fan theory. Yeah, actually, that concept makes Jar Jar way more tolerable overall. I have no idea how likely that it was actually ever considered for the story, but it is definitely interesting. You know? It's like, oh, hello, he's not a bungler, he's an actual high-level manipulator. Okay. Lasagna, Pierce Brosnan was your first James Bond and he sucked. Pierce Brosnan was my first James Bond as well, but I liked him as James Bond. The thing is, as I say that, I don't know if I can say that his performances were good and defend them. I just remember liking going to the James Bond movies. So it might turn out that those James Bond movies like GoldenEye aren't that good. But regardless, I think we can all agree that GoldenEye for the N64 was amazing. Not 10-4. I think you could have just done a different Indiana Jones and people would have accepted it the same way that they do different James Bonds. Habanero Goldeneye, you're still your favorite Bond film. It really holds up. That's the one I would pick if it was like, okay, it's you're in movie flight is the options of every James Bond movie. I'd be like, all right, I'll go with Goldeneye. I'll go with Goldeneye. Larry, yeah, that theory would have been cool. It definitely would have been cool if they'd pulled it off as an actual thing, 100%. Millmass, yours was Tim Dalton, and you didn't mind him. I don't know who that is, honestly. I might know him to see him, but I don't know him by name. I do know Roger Moore. He was actually in that one Jean-Claude Van Damme me and Carly watched recently. Just Talladega Nights, that's a fun one. The Ricky Bobby movie is very entertaining. Nick, GoldenEye or Casino Royale? I don't remember Casino Royale. Fisher, Goldfinger is your favorite? I mean, I never really saw the Sean Connery era of being James Bond, but he feels like a good choice. Yes, I don't remember who the shop owner in Hot Fuzz is. So unfortunately, that's not helping. Haven't heard you think GoldenEye is way better than Casino Royale? I might have seen Casino Royale. I can't remember. I do remember seeing that stuff in the theater, though. That is a bygone era that I do miss. I definitely do miss the era of going to movies. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been replaced by the era of incredible convenience. Watch movies whenever you want, however you want, you know? Me and Carly get to watch a lot of movies together, which I quite like. There's a sign I've been looking at maybe getting that says family movie night, and we were talking about maybe getting it and hanging it above the TV. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet to just be able to watch what you want on demand. You know? Hey, I can watch this movie whenever I want, as long as I want. I can pause it and do other things, and that's amazing, right? So, in one way, it's so much better now. Like, so much better. But I do miss the experience of going to the movies and what it felt like. It was way more of a thing, you know? Luke, I saw Austin Powers in the theater. It's crazy to me to think that once upon a time you could just go to the theater and there'd always be a movie worth seeing. Out of everything that was up there, there'd be at least one movie worth seeing in almost any case. And then it just got to the point where so much of the stuff they have on the theaters looks like complete crap. And you're like, there's so many movies. There's so many awesome things being made right now. How come you only have garbage in the theater? You know? Zircon, you're weird that your favorite Bond is Timothy Dalton, the first you saw when they were new. It might turn out that everybody's favorite James Bond is just the one that was around when they knew, because if you only know one, it's going to be your favorite, right? Lasagna movies in the 2000s was wild. 25 years ago, man. Invader, you saw Anaconda at the cinema. You used to tell your mom in high school that you were doing judo on sports day. You spent the money watching movies instead. That's funny. It's like, I didn't go to this thing at all, and now I'm seeing a movie. Seems like a good idea. I remember when they had the $2 theater. $2 to see a movie. Oh, so cheap. That was awesome. When I lived in Toronto and I lived like an 8-minute walk away from two theaters across the street from each other, that was awesome. Just awesome. I would get so excited. I'd get so excited going and sitting down for the movie with a big bag of popcorn and a big pop and the music they play at the beginning and the little adverts, all of it, just the whole experience got me so hyped. It was a genuine vibe. It was just a nice, okay, you know, done work and everything else that has to be done. And now for this time in this place, I'm just here to experience this movie and munch these snacks. And I really enjoy that vibe. Indra, you didn't find anything good when you went looking this weekend? That sucks. Nagel, you remember your cheap theater for $2? Drunko, you had $1.50 cinema that got movies like a year after release. Yeah, the movies at the $2 theater were old, right? You could rent entire theaters for birthday parties. That was awesome. That was awesome. The guy who owned the game store that I go to rented out a theater and we watched Waterworld and Indiana Jones, and it was awesome. What up, Casey? Lasagna, you missed pre-2001. Life keeps moving on. You know what? You know what the crazy thing is? You'll be nostalgic for things from now later on. So the key is to just enjoy yourself. The key is to appreciate what you got going on and to enjoy it, because you never know when it's going to be the last time that you're doing something. Most things that you stop doing in life never get a proper, this is complete, this is concluded. You just stop, like a TV show that you just never finished watching and completely forgot about, right? So you never know the last time that you're going to be doing something, and you may as well enjoy yourself. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, because yeah, the same way that you miss parts of that time frame and that part of your life, it'll apply similarly now, but just to different things. Zergon, you had a $2 theater, 10 screens, and played stuff like 6 months old. Hell yeah! The name escapes me. There's an awesome murder mystery movie with Snipes and Sean Connery. Is it Rising Sun? Oh, Millmaster's saying Rising Sun too. It's probably Rising Sun. Probably. Thompson, going back for some more creek swimming. You're going to get some crawdads. You're going to get some crawdads climbing up your butt cheeks, buddy. Jess, did I know someone followed Bigfoot tracks for a kilometer and didn't see any evidence of hoaxing, and the footprints were equal to 700 pounds pushing it down each step? So to hoax it, you'd have to be superhuman? Well, damn. That means it can't be a hoax. Shit, Bigfoot's real. That was easy. It's crazy how easy it is to prove that Bigfoot's real. You literally just did it here, man. That's wild. And this is live on the internet. So forevermore, you'll be able to come to this stream and go, there's the moment where I proved that Bigfoot is real. Because, like, superpowered people aren't real. And so that's the only explanation. Either it's Bigfoot or superheroes exist. And superheroes don't exist, so therefore, Bigfoot must exist. That's how it works. That's how it works. Nagel, that is genuinely how it ends up working, right, buddy? Like, there's certain things, like, I am taking a 10-week course. At the end of those 10 weeks, that will end. But a lot of other things, you know, if you've never played, I haven't played D&D in 20 years or whatever it is. Did you know the last time you played was the last time you were going to play? The last time you hung out with your group of friends from high school? The last, like, there's so many things like that in life. Life has so much unfinishedness to it. I mean, that's the nature of it. You don't get to decide really when it ends overall. I mean, unless you do decide, because you technically can. But overall, you get what I'm saying, right? You're always going to leave some stuff unfinished, no matter what, in one way or another. Millmaster, check out drawing files, like GIFs. DeVoe, what's up, buddy? Invader, people with superpowers? You mean like the people who can stick spoons to themselves? I have a magnetic body. Yeah, I have a magnetic ball bag. Like, if I run around a lot, then my ball bag gets magnetic. It's definitely not just like a spoon sticking to my wet ball bag, bro. It's because I have magnetic powers. My nuts are magnetic. Wait, there was some guy who lived with wolves? I have powers. I live with wolves. You're just a fucking weirdo. Jess, you better get some sleep. You better get some sleep. Fisher, it was Rising Sun. Oh, you have it on VHS still. Huh. Oh, man, I haven't had a VCR in a long time. One guy could withstand 3 times the lethal amount of voltage. How do you find that out? We're going to put enough through you that would kill you. Okay, it didn't. Amp it up until we kill him, boys. Thompson, what? In your science high school class, some guy put the high-powered science magnets on his ball bag, and he had to go to the hospital to have them removed. And then everyone called him Magneto. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Break stop, you don't think there was anything memorable with the last VHS tape you ever watched? Yeah, it's a good point. I couldn't tell you what the last VHS tape I ever watched was. I like the fact that you could smack the VCR and it would fix it sometimes, right? I miss the solidity of old technology like that. But the digital stuff is superior to such an insane degree. Like, there's no tracking issues, quality degradation. You just have the digital file that you can play on command, start and stop, no problem, jump back and forth to any point. You can copy it more easily, transport it more easily. It's just superior, right? A VCR definitely, like, I could totally go for nostalgia vibes of going down into somebody's like basement rec room and them having an old, like, big old tube TV with a VCR and a stack of VHSs and just being like, okay, here you go. We're gonna hang out down here in the rec room, and there's no internet signal down here. There's no Wi-Fi or nothing down here. You can just chill out. There's board games. There's puzzles. There's old consoles. Super Nintendo and all that stuff hooked up to the TV. I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with that. Millmaster, you just added a VHS player back into your setup. You got it $10 at your neighbor's garage sale. Hard to turn that down. Hard to turn that deal down, bro. 10 bones. 10 bones for a VCR? Invader, it's a pretty crappy supervillain. I can take 3 times the blast of lightning that you can. Oh yeah, can you take a bullet to the fucking head? Well, no, because that's what the cops are going to be using their electro. DeVoe, one of the TVs you had, the vertical old would fall and you have to bang on it to fix it. Used to be able to do that, man. Just smash it. Come on. Whack. Whack. Shit was solid. Break stop when they wheeled in the TV cart during school. Yup. Yup. You know something's going down. Sure, you still got to work in VCR DVD combo. Nice. Luke, you were the TV remote. Remember spending more time looking for the remote than it would have taken to just change the channel? Oh man. I don't miss the forced cadence of commercial breaks where it was like, this is your opportunity to go to the washroom or grab something from the kitchen, and if you're not back, then you're going to miss part of the show, and you can't just... It's so crazy how ethereal the way watching TV used to go. Right down to the point where some of the earliest TV shows, they just like re-recorded over previous episodes. They didn't even keep the episodes to air again. They just made the episodes, showed them once, and then went, okay, done, reuse those tapes. Lasagna, nope, I don't miss McDonald's True Dollar menu where you could get 5 McChickens for $5. That wasn't really a thing for me. Millmaster, you remember having a remote with the cord? That always seemed weird to me. The cord remotes were strange. It's like, well, why do this? Drunk of $5 for 5 beegs and cheddars. I don't want whatever the hell a beeg is. Casey, some cell phones have the ability you can use it as your remote. You can bypass certain stuff like the restrictions they put on TVs on cruise ships. Oh, this is like fancy spy shit. All right. All right. I'm going to hack into the cruise ships TVs. I've always wondered if it would be worth it to go on a cruise for like a week or whatever. You know, there's obviously the first thing of you hear about the terrible things that happen with cruises where they sink or they have crazy breakdowns of their plumbing and people are stuck on there in a horrifying condition, right? But avoiding all the disastrous sides, would it actually feel worth it to be on one of them? It's, you just get like all you can eat food or whatever, and then there's what, a swimming pool and some other stuff you can do. I don't know. I don't know if cruises are worth it. Five vegan cheddars. Break stop. You were talking to a dude last week who says he goes on cruises every year and loves it. You get all inclusive everything. You feel like you get claustrophobic. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if you would feel like trapped just being stuck on the boat, right? Thompson, your uncle and aunt love them, but you're not into them. I guess it's a individual taste kind of thing. Milmouse, your kid's going on a cruise for her graduation next week. Is that like an actual cruise or is that slang? Is that slang? Is she going for a cruise? Jess, you saw a video where a dude was on a cruise ship by himself enjoying the place without anyone else there? Well, how would the company running the cruise ship even run it? You know what I mean? Lasagna cruises are great. Get the alcohol package for an extra fun time. I don't like drinking. Habanero mentioned in the commercial breaks for people to use the bathroom reminds me of when the first talk show was on TV and all the viewers would use the bathroom at the same time, causing plumbing to fail. That sounds so believable. Larry, glass bottom boat tours are cool. Yeah, glass bottom boats are funky. My grandfather had a boat with a little like viewing square cut into the base of it so you could see into the water through the bottom of the boat. It was pretty neat. But full-on glass bottom ones give you a better view. Fisher, cruiser, an awesome way to spend a week. Recommend Jamaica as a destination. Well, that's true. I didn't even think about the fact that when you go on a cruise, you actually go to a place too. I just think about the staying on the boat, being on the ship, and just experiencing the ship. Drunkle, if you want to eat, drink, and burn through cash at the casino. Oh, there's casino. You can casino action on there. Gamble. Casey, you like drinking root beer? Yeah, I can get down with that, but I don't need no alcohol package for that, right? True, what's up, buddy? How's my night? Not too bad. Not too bad. I don't know, Jess. We only got 4 years and then there's not going to be anybody. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not long to find Bigfoot, bro. That's not long to find Bigfoot, man. You better get looking. They're casinos, but they don't have to pay out X per Y dollars spent like landside casinos. I don't know what that means. You're just saying that they can scam you? Casey, you heard they do magic cruises. Are they worth it? Well, you'd have to decide. I mean, if you like are really into magic and you're excited about whoever their magic celebrity people are going to be, then you might want to go, yeah? Sometimes they have like game designers and stuff on the cruises, so you'd need to look over what's actually going on with one to decide. I wouldn't go on one of those cruises unless like I was really into the thing, because that's the kind of people you're going to find on there, you know? True, you'd rather spend your money on good cards. Understandable. See, I've never really considered going on a cruise. They're pretty expensive, right? All right, Drunkle, I get it. I get it. Boat gambling has looser rules. Mailmaster, you've gotta get some Bigfoot hunting tags at some point just for the bragging rights, right? Habanero, you went on a cruise to Hawaii. Oh, you fancy boy. You fancy boy. Casey, some people live on cruise ships. You think that's crazy? That is crazy. That is pretty wild. You must, I guess, not have many possessions in that kind of a circumstance, right? Dante, you went cruising, just got drunk. Just got drunk instead of gambling. Fair enough. Fair enough. The all-inclusive stuff does seem better when you're a drinker. But unlimited food, I do like that. Like if they have a buffet that's available all the time, I'm cool with that. Master, would I ever become a seaman if I were able? Live a life on the seas. My dad spent most of his adult life working on the gigantic shipping vessels or whatever, man. Like those massive ones. He spent most of his life out there on the waters. Pretty wild. 10 out of 12 months every year. So 10 months out of every year, he'd be on the boats. And no, I don't think that I'd want to do that, honestly. Being gone for that long ain't really my vibe. All right, well, thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends, because I just said that I wouldn't be good on the water, and we're all about to find out why. Have a good one. Stay out of the water!